First down, Winston. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Winston. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Winston to throw for it on 4th. Escaping the pressure right. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Patriots are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now they'll run here with Tavon Austin, finding some room at midfield, and finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing Jones. Going deep for Diggs. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Harris is into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Staley now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Winston now to throw on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up. To throw again on second down. Winston. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Now Jones. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Kentavious Street. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Jones. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Austin. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Dancing to his left. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Looking to throw. Jones flushed out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Mac Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Patriots add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And that'll make the score 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
To throw again on 2nd down, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possible.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Here's Winston. Flush to his right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Diggs. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there for New England.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light.
He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown. Johnny Smith, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. 2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Winston airing it out deep for Smith. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jalen Mills. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will be taken down, but a big play there as it comes just as we reach the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. On second down, it's Austin, and he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Jones from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Jones now throwing on fourth down. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Kamara gets it again on second down. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And now here's another interception. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. 2nd and 5 from the 8. Out of the backfield, it's Austin. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. A final shot before break. Jones flushed out right. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Patriots will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the route is on here in this first half. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now flags come in. Looked like one of the Patriots might have moved. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Off the play fake. Jones. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On 2nd and 15 now. Jones going deep here for Parker. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Patriots.
For Mac Jones, accuracy was more his calling card when folks were taking stock of the 2021 draft. But he's got a big arm as well, and he shows it off there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Here's Harris to return it.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
And this will wind up as Saints first down as he gets it up past the 35. Winston to give. It's Kamara.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Buying time to his left. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Patriots.
A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Going deep for Diggs. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A big play there for the Patriots. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flush to his right.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception.
Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby.
And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
They go play action. Winston. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. On 1st and 10, Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
And how about for Alvin Kamara? Another great year that he's coming off of as an all-around player, but especially as a pass catcher. 81 receptions each of his first 3 NFL seasons. Last year added 2 more to finish with 83. the most by any running back in the NFL. An awfully dangerous man in the open field.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make this a second down. To the air again with Winston. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one. Winston to throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. They find some open field here. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Here's Jones on first down. He's going to go up top for the end zone.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
A 2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Foxborough.
Back to throw again.
Looking again for Diggs, and this time he's got it.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Patriots are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that will extend this big lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Harris to return it.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
The first down throw for Winston. Looking sideline, incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line.
Jameis again.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The quick slant caught.
And the Saints are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
Kamara is going backwards here. Well, they come in and drop it all the way back at the 4-yard line.
3rd and goal. Winston on the move to his left. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jameis Winston. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Saints get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
They'll try and throw for it. That's caught.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today. And you'll be...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but The turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that'll be complete to Stevenson.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Sliding out of the pocket.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Here we go.
Throwing Jones. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Marcus May with a pick. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas His third touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
The Patriots take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago. But you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
Now Jones throwing on first down. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Off play action. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And the Saints are right back in this football game. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. One last shot now for Winston. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for New England, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come to town. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.